Hi, welcome to our video tutorial. In this video sorry, in this video tutorial, we'll see how to implement loops, specifically for loop and while loop. So let's see. Let's create sample project and let's see how to implement or how to apply those in our application. Loops training. Okay, loop means if we have something to be executed repetitively, then we will use them. They will do one thing iteratively and dynamically. Okay, for example, if I want to do if I want to show numbers from 1 to 5 without using loops, I have to write everything, right? Like this. Console.read line to pause. Now let's try on our application. And there you go. I have my 5 numbers. But to get this, I did an ugly work. I wrote something iteratively, multiple times. What if I want to print numbers from 1 to 100? Then I have to write this line of code 100 times. Let's stop our application. It doesn't work like that, right? I can't write the same number of code 100 times. So loop will be advantageous now. How are we going to use that? Let's start from for loop. The syntax of for loop is, since loop means doing something repetitively, which means I have a starting point, I have a stopping point, and the third one, I have to know how fast I'm going. Okay, so in my for loop, I have to define all those 3 parameters. The first one is I'm going to use integer variable. Its name could be I or X or Ababa or anything. It starts from 0, semicolon. Now I have to specify the limit. So since I is less than 100 and how fast I'm going, I equal to I plus 1. One at a time. Now console.write line. I'm going to print I. Okay, let's see. There you go. Until 99, starting from 0, which means 100 numbers. Why it stops at 99? Because I defined the limit, it has to be less than 100. So like I said previously in if else statement, the scope for loop starts here at opening bracket and closing here. So everything in between is going to be executed as long as the variable I is less than 100. Not less than or equal to 100, less than 100, which means starting from 0 up to 99. So it shows me from 0 to 99. That's it. Let's see our application again. So it will automatically print from 0 to 99. This is how to use for loops. Basic usage of for loop. Now, what if I want to stop somewhere? Like I want to display. Let's minimize this. I just made it 100 so that you'll see how it saves us boring work. But to make analysis on simple output, let's fix it with 10. So now it will show me from 0 to 9. Now, what if I want to jump 5? Okay. If I equal to 5, don't type or don't do anything. You type or you output the value if I is not 5. Starting from 0 to 10. I has to be 5 at some point, right? So what I'm going to do is to tell C# that whenever I equal to 5, then you have to skip it. Don't do anything. Let's try that. So we'll use our conditional statement. If I equal to 5, continue. Continue means skip the rest of the work and go to I equal to 6. Let's see. See? 4, 6. 5 is skipped. The other thing is, what if I want to stop somewhere before it reaches 10? Okay, I can make conditions. Just because I define the loop from 0 to 10, it doesn't mean that it has to work all the process. There are conditions that might stop the condition, that might stop the loop. Not just skipping an element, but also terminate the loop. In that case, what we can do is break. Let's see how it goes. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. When it reaches 5, it stops. Though our for loop stops working. So these are a few syntaxes for our loops. We can use this in our for loop and also in our while loop. Okay, no, it doesn't make a difference. We can use break and continue in both loops. Now let's see our for loop, our while loop. Sorry, how are we going to implement a while loop? So I will say while. Now here I'm not defining 3 variables. The for loop takes 3 parameters. Right now while only takes 1 parameter. Why is that? What is that? The condition. While this condition is true, which means I have to initialize the startup and I have to evaluate somewhere, I have to implement somewhere how is the progress. Int I equal to 0, initialized here. Now in the while loop, I less than 10 is the condition. So console dot write line of I here. Now I have to increment I. Okay. In any for loop, doesn't matter if it's a for loop or a while loop or anything, we need to provide 3 values: starting point, ending point or stopping point, and the progress. How am I going to get from starting point to ending point? So now I have to tell I increments by 1. Let's see. It should work exactly the same as for loop now, from 0 to 9. Okay. What if I want to increment it by 2? Let's see. See? It will only show me even numbers. It starts from 0 till 8. Why 9? Because it adds 2, so there is no 9. This is what loop is about in C#. I believe it's all the same with many of the programming languages. So this is how we implement loops, for loop and while loop. I hope it's clear, because we're going to use it in our next video about arrays. So if there is any unclear points, please leave us a comment in the comment section, and also make sure to subscribe to our YouTube video channel to get notifications about our future videos. Thank you very much.